In this video, I'm going to show you 5 press variations you need to know to upgrade your kettlebell game. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe here. We're all about kettlebells. So if you are into kettlebells, then like this video and consider subscribing. Variation number 1 is the strict press. Watch. The strict press is, as the name implies, a variation where you press the kettlebell into the top fixation in a strict manner without using your leg drive. One of the most important cues that you want to focus on is when you grab the kettlebell and bring it in the rack position is that you are in a so-called perfect hand insertion where the lower part of the handle connects with your forearm, and then you bring your arms together. And when you press the weight up in the top fixation, you want to think about pressing the handles up first. So as soon as the wrist comes up, the elbow follows beneath it. And once you are in the top fixation, make sure that your thumb is pointing backwards. When you're coming down, bring your elbows to the front and rack the weight. Press variation number 2 is the push press. Watch. As the name implies, we are now using leg drive, a explosive and powerful push from the legs. The same principles apply as in the strict press when you bring the kettlebell into the top fixation, but now 80% of the force generated comes from your leg, so now let's focus on the legs. We have 2 phases that are very specific that we want to pay particular attention to. And that is the first phase is the dip, pushing the knees down. And the second one is the bump, where I'm bringing my hips to the top, using my hips as a platform to aim for the perfect shot to bring the kettlebell into the top fixation. And in the bump, you make sure that you engage in triple extension. Watch my legs. My toes, I'm on my toes, so that means I'm extending my ankle, I'm extending my knees, and I'm extending my hips. And once the kettlebell's up in the top fixation, I drop back down on the heels. Variation number 3 is the jerk. Watch. Now all the principles from the push press apply in the jerk. There's only one particular additional phase that we are now using, and that is the second dip. Let me demonstrate in super slow motion. Watch what happens. Kettlebells in the rack. We remember the dip from the push press. We remember the bump from the push press. Kettlebell travels. Now as soon as the kettlebell lands in the top fixation, I engage in the second dip. So that means I'm pushing my hips back just a little bit, and then you hear this audio cue of my heels. I'm not slamming my heels into the ground intentionally, but I let my body drop. This serves to decrease the distance and give your legs some rest. Variation number 4 is the side press. Watch. This variation is also referred to as the scaption press. What happens is the following. I am using lever mechanics to press the weight up. So my upper body is shifting to the side. So now that I have a better position to press the weight up to the top. If I use a push additionally, I can press fairly heavy weights. If I'm stricting it, so to speak, I am getting more muscle engagement in my shoulders. Contrary to the aspect, if I am pressing the weight up straight. This is the shortest distance, which improves efficiency. This is the longer distance, which engages more muscle mass. And the final variation is the bench press. Watch an original strongman exercise. The bench press comes from the old-time strongman, and it's a fairly complex exercise because you're actually not pressing the weight, but what you are doing is you are dynamically moving away from the weight by contracting and using the tension in your lats. Now you may be thinking, what? The lateral muscle is a pulling muscle, right? Yes, but in this regard, we are kind of pressing it because, first of all, what I have to do is I bring the kettlebell to my side, engaging in a side hinge. So if I stand to you like this, if I would engage in the bench press now, my upper body's facing the right side. But if I'm standing like this, feet pointed to the left, side hinge, my upper body faces towards you. Now I am safe in my lower back. I have the weight up here. And once I go down, I slowly start extending my arm, but without actually pressing it, but staying at the same level once I reach full extension. When I reach full extension, this is also a hard part because now I use my shoulder, my body, almost everything to go back up into the top fixation and then rack the weight and do the same thing again. The bench press is an exercise that is exclusively reserved for elite movers. Make sure you master the first 4 press or types of presses first. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it, consider subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what you want me to focus on next.
The world of kettlebells is dominated by 2 training styles called hardstyle and kettlebell sport. Although vastly different in nature, they have been proven to work and give you the most bang for your buck whenever you pick up a kettlebell, if you understand them correctly and are able to differentiate between the 2. If you are a beginner, this task might be understandably confusing. Enter the hybrid style and discover how to combine the best of both worlds. The hybrid style masterclass is a 10-week practice-based online course that will help you take your kettlebell skills to an elite level, made in Switzerland. Learn what's been holding you back and how to become a versatile kettlebell master without having to piece together countless YouTube videos or rely on a gym membership. The price of the hybrid style masterclass is $397 per month for 3 months. Save 20% with a one-time payment of $997. We'll open registration only to a small number of new students every 3 months. Join the waiting list now to get access 24 hours before the general public. Link is in the description.